Hey, welcome back to another video, Juicy Tech Podcast and YouTube channel. So excuse the poor quality lighting. This is the best I can do. My wife is inside our apartment and she teaches online sometimes. She teaches voice lessons, all that stuff, horn, piano. So it's a lot of noise in the apartment. So this is my only plan of some peace and quiet where I can speak to you and go from there. So my name is Ario D Juice. Again, this is Juicy Tech Podcast and the YouTube channel. The podcast is very much live and ready to be consumed by you. I'll leave the link to the podcast in the box below, description box below of this video. Also, if you would like to contact me via LinkedIn, IG, email, I'll leave all of my contact information, even GitHub. I'll leave all that information in the bottom, in the box below, and let's just chat and go from there. So, I want to talk about, of course, not just coding bootcamp, but I receive emails from a lot of people where people are asking me basically they ask me, like, because they're so new to coding, right? They're so new to like learning how to code. People are wanting to go to coding boot camps to learn, right? And that makes sense. And I agree with you. And congratulations if you're looking to take action to learn coding. So yeah, I get these type of emails all the time where people are just asking, I'm new to this, I don't know where to go, like no kind of direction. Where do I go to learn this stuff? What do I do, right? Like they're so quick to just want to jump into school and just start paying all this money to learn coding. Here's the issue with a lot of people, and I was actually one of those people a few months ago this year in 2022 where I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do first in the tech field. Let me explain what that really means. When someone asks me, right, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure where to start, what direction to take to learn coding. The first question that I would ask myself if I were you, right? If I were you, the question I would ask myself is, what exactly do I want to do, right? What does that mean? Well, that means what exactly are you looking to do in the tech field? So people might say software engineering. Cool. What exactly are you looking to do as a software engineer? A lot of air quotes. Because it's so true. Like, because these terms, tech field and software engineering, it's like this umbrella of like categories, you know. That's what it is. Just a bunch of categories in that one, umbrella. So when someone says software engineering, it's like you have to be more like specific on what you're really talking about. So what I'm trying to say is, when you say you want to be a software engineer, that can mean a lot of different things. And I also asked you earlier, what exactly are you trying to do? Tech isn't just coding. People think tech is just a bunch of coders, that's it. It does consist of that, obviously. But tech is also management. Tech is also sales. So this is what I mean by what do you want to do? Tech is also development. Developers, right? What do you want to do in the tech field? So that's the first question I would ask myself if I were you. What are you looking to do? What interests you? That's it. Are you into sales? Are you into management? Are you into engineering? What is it? And when you find out what do you want to do in those fields, what do you want to sell? What do you want to build? What else? What are you looking to manage? Like, exactly what? That could be project it's so much. But my point is there's so much that you can do, but it's like, what exactly do you want to do? So maybe someone doesn't really realize, someone that's so new to coding, right? Because you're so new to this, maybe you don't realize that you're into maybe designing. That means UX, UI, CSS. That means you should learn CSS if you're looking to learn how to design, what websites, right? You need to learn CSS. Now, maybe you don't know what that is yet, but that's what I mean. You have to figure out what you want to do so you can go that direction and focus on the right things to study. So again, what do I mean by that? Maybe someone wants to work as a back-end developer, right? That means you shouldn't focus on CSS. Why? Because CSS is the designing part of a website. It's the front end, not the back end, right? Some people don't know this yet because you're so new to this. Got it. I was that person a few months ago, right? I'm not perfect, and I have no problem talking about my flaws because that's how I grow, that's how I learn, and I love that about me. I have no shame in just being honest about me not knowing everything. I will always be a student, but back to my point. Maybe you don't know yet that you're into maybe focusing on the back end in web development. And that means focusing on the database, APIs, those kind of things are all back end operations or development. So certain technologies or languages you may want to focus on since you want to be a back end developer. Maybe you're into the front end, right? And if that's the case, you should not focus on stuff like MongoDB, Firebase, Java, right? All that is back-end technology. No one in a front-end operator, developer doesn't need to focus on Java and MongoDB because that's not front-end technologies. Front-end technologies is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and there's more. But this is what I mean by know what you want to do and then go that direction. Don't just jump into something and not know what you're doing, spend all this money, and you know what you're trying to do. That's crazy. But that was me a few months ago, because I was so new to this. I'm not anymore. It's fun to know about all the information, just kind of learn. It's so cool. I mean, I do have a background in engineering, which is audio engineering, but that's building stuff. That's building music, movies. It's fun. So I do enjoy building things. That's why I would like to be a full stack developer. You may ask, what is that? That's basically a person that focusing on the front end and the back end. Everything they're seeing the whole operation take place. They're seeing how everything connects with each other. The API is talking to the front end or the app, and the API is also talking to the database. It's gathering what the person is requesting from the front end. Whatever it is that they're requesting from the actual application, the API goes and collects that information and sends it to the person on the front end. This is stuff I didn't know a few months ago. But this is what I mean by front end, not front end, but figure out what you want to do. Maybe you don't even want to do coding. Maybe you want to be a salesperson. You may be great at selling, a service or a project, or not project, a product, right? Maybe you're good at that, a salesperson or management. So once again, you have to figure out exactly what is it that you want to do in the tech field because it's broad. Even marketing, believe it or not, marketing is also part of tech. I would say somewhat a form of networking, but that's also tech. Tech is not just coding. Tech is not just a bunch of people behind the computer coding all day. Tech is even me doing this. YouTube, me discussing about tech is also the tech field, which is content creating, right? That's also tech. Believe it or not, that's all. It may not be coding, but we're discussing about the tech field, right? We're just talking about it. And this channel, oh my God, this channel is hold on, sorry. This is what I like about my videos because it's just real, right? I'm not perfect, and it's just real stuff. I'm not trying to be perfect here. This is how it is. Just the realness of the video. Things like lights go out. Things are not perfect. I'm just trying to be relatable. I'm in my car doing the video because that's my only option right now. If having peace and quiet, you can see me, barely see me. The lighting's not the best, but I just want to get this information out there because I think it's important. And people need to understand this information before they just go out there and spend all their money on these boot camps. And boot camps are not the problem. Schools are not the problem either. It's just you don't know. You don't know the information to know what to do. And it's like you're just running around trying to figure out what's going on and you're spending money while doing it. At least, that's my wife and our dog. That's our dog. You hear it? Sorry, whatever. I was trying to make this quick video. But yeah, figure out what you want to do. Sit down and really figure out what is it exactly that you're trying to do in the tech field and go from there. I would sit down and try to really figure out, let me just knock this video out. Hold on. That's my wife. I would seriously figure out what is exactly you want to do, whether it's designing, front end, back end, full stack, again, management, sales. There's so much to do in tech. And there's enough jobs for everybody. It's not just coding all day. It's not just a bunch of coders. You may be great at being a manager, managing people, or project management. These things is true. So please, please, please sit down and figure out what exactly are you looking to do in the tech field. Once you find that out, go that direction. If it's sales, focus on sales. Whatever you need to learn, go that direction. Don't mess with, trying to learn coding. It may help knowing that stuff to know, I guess, how to, sell it. But you won't really have to go into debt because you're a salesperson. That's your job, is to sell stuff, service or products. If you're into management, go that route. Figure out what you need to do to learn how to be a good a good manager. Excuse me. Whatever that is, go that direction and not into a sales direction. And it's the same thing with content creating, marketing. There's so much. Again, this tech field, this umbrella. There's different categories to figure out what exactly do you want to be part of. That's your job right now, is to figure out what you want to do. If it's development, very much learn the 101s about coding, the fundamentals, right? I'll be more than happy to share with you what that is, but go that route. Before spending any money, sit down and figure out what do you want to do in the tech field and go that route. Any questions, hit me up. I'm on LinkedIn, like I said before. My contact information is down below in the box. My GitHub, all that is there. Share your tips and advice with me. I'm still learning. I have fun doing this. I'm not so new to it anymore. Like, I kind of know what's going on. I'm just teaching myself, coding. I went to a coding boot camp. I loved it. I will go back because it was just the best time ever. Met so many great people there. Networked my butt off. I have references. It's dope. But I'm still learning like everybody else. But I have no problem putting out these type of videos to people who are brand spanking new to this field, and you need to hear this stuff. Sit down and figure out what do you want to do before you spend any money in codings or whatever. What do you want to do? And go that route. Much love to you. Thanks for watching this video. And let me go before this light goes out again. And peace out. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here.